Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Josh. In this video I'll be covering the 3 different fulfillment methods for when you sell on Amazon. These are FBA, FBM and SFP. If you don't know what these abbreviations mean, good news, that's what I'm going to cover on this video. Wait till after the intro and I'll quickly get into it. This is best for if you're either an existing seller online but don't yet sell on Amazon, or alternatively if you're a brick and mortar retailer who are looking to expand to Amazon, and finally if you're a brand new seller, you've got no idea what to do but you want to start selling on Amazon. With that in mind, I'll cue the intro and let's jump right in. Okay, so if you're still with me, let's talk about what they all mean. FBA is fulfilled by Amazon. So that is where you send your stock into Amazon, they hold it at their warehouses and they will send it on to your customers and deal with all of your customer service, your returns, etc. as an outsource. FBM and SFP are the alternative to that, which is where you still fulfill the item yourself. So you hold it in your own warehouse or home or wherever, and you ship it out to each end customer. FBM stands for Fulfilled by Merchant, so that's the most basic system. So that is when you first start out, you'll be selling via FBM. And SFP is an invite-only seller fulfilled prime, and that's their program. So that means that you still get the prime status on what you sell, but you also need to meet the prime standards, which is why you're not allowed to do it straight away. You've got to prove that your business is able to meet those standards first. Okay, so what are the pros and cons? So FBA's pros are that you get the highest volume of sales because that is Amazon's preferred service for offering the buy box too. So if you and another seller are the same price, but you sell it via FBA and they use any other fulfillment method, you are going to win the buy box. It's also great if you're just starting out and you want it to be a side income, because you can send all your stock to Amazon and they deal with the day-to-day running, so you don't have to worry about I need to get this shipped off immediately today, otherwise it's going to affect my approval metrics, stuff like that. It also takes away all of the impact of negative seller feedback, so providing you're selling legitimate goods and you're doing everything above board, you can't be hit with the fact that your customers claim that they haven't received the item, that you were rude to them, etc., because you have no interaction with them. It's all handled by Amazon. So it's a great way to start to build your seller feedback, which in turn gives you a higher percentage of the buy box. So the negatives quickly are the fact that it costs money each month. The monthly storage costs aren't very high, it's less than 0.1% for ourselves, but if you're sending larger, bulkier items, it's something to bear in mind. The other negative is that it's generally the most expensive way to fulfill, because obviously you're outsourcing to Amazon. So you'll find the fact that if you're selling the same product as someone else, but they're not doing it via FBA, they may be able to undercut you in the market. They can undercut you a little bit and you'll still win the buy box, but if it's a huge amount, you'll find that you still lose the buy box despite the fact that you're offering the better service to the customer. The final negative is that you're outsourcing all of your leverage. So this is quite a long-term thought process as you're building your business. Try not to hit the microphone. But what that means is that as you start to develop your business further online, you'll find that I don't have much leverage with any of our suppliers for like cardboard boxes or shipping companies, because I don't do it myself and I outsource it all to Amazon. So you'll find it harder to get cheaper shipping to sell on your other platforms as you start to develop your business. So let's move on to FBM and SFP. These are almost the same, just a little bit different. So Fulfilled by Merchant is the bottom rung of the ladder, if you like. It's where everybody starts out if you're not using FBA. And that's because you are not offering a prime service, but you're still selling on Amazon. So every time you receive an order, you'll just ship it with your regular courier. So you might choose Royal Mail, get it shipped out to them, and that's how they receive it in whatever timescale that you set. So this comes with the benefits of the fact that you don't have these KPIs that you need to meet. You don't have the performance criteria for SFP, but alternatively, the negative side of that is that you also won't win the buy boxes frequently. It's usually the cheapest way to fulfill, so you'll probably be the cheapest seller. If you go onto any listed now on Amazon and you click on the alternative sellers, you'll probably see that the cheapest one is someone who is selling it via FBM. And you can tell that because it'll give you the price which they're selling it at plus shipping fees. So it might be free shipping at plus $2.99 or whatever, but it won't have the prime logo, and that is because they are selling it via FBM. The main positive for FBM is that you can start selling via FBM with zero risk. The reason that I say that is because you don't pay a listing fee on Amazon and you only pay your fees once you've sold your item. Now the main negative is that you won't win the buy boxes frequently. It's Amazon's least preferred service, so obviously they can't guarantee their customers very much when it comes to customer service, returns policies, stuff like that. So you'll be lower down on the pecking order if you're in a similar price zone to people who are selling it either FBA or SFP. So what is SFP? So Seller Fulfilled Prime, you are invited onto this program, you can't choose to do it, and it is when you hit a specific criteria and then you go on a week's trial with Amazon where you ship products out yourself, and once you're approved, you can then have the Prime tick next to your product, even though you're fulfilling it yourself. So that means that you can have all of the products still in your own warehouse and sell it via Prime. This comes with the benefit of the fact that you will win the buy box a lot more frequently, because Amazon can still guarantee that the end user is going to get a high level of service that meets the Prime standard. The way that they do this is they hold you to high KPI standards, so you just need to make sure that you are hitting those, otherwise they will very quickly remove you from the program. This method is generally a lot cheaper than FBA, but more expensive than FBM. So because of that, you kind of fall in the middle ground, but you're likely to win the buy box if you are cheaper than the FBA sellers, and you can be a little bit more expensive than the FBM sellers. This is the hardest method to get onto, and it's the hardest one to maintain. So if you're looking to do this, you want to make sure that you have your fulfillment system set out correctly. So you need to make sure that either you've got a warehouse or you're doing this full time, because you'll need to ship out the products same day. And as such, it does come with a higher labour cost and it's less hands off for you. Okay, so who would I recommend these various fulfillment methods to? FBA is suitable for everyone. This is because if you're a new seller, ideal for a side income to build the rest of your business up. If you're an existing online seller, perfect for you to be able to expand your business to Amazon, reap the massive rewards of the high volume of sales, and not have to have any capital investment in warehousing, etc. If you're brand new to e-commerce but you have an existing business, again ideal for you. All that you need to do is next time you put in an order for stock, over-purchase on stuff that you are looking to sell online, and providing they're popular, ship them off to Amazon, and the next time you have to worry about it is whenever you're getting your money back out and you need to buy the next round of stock. FBM is more suited towards people who are looking to do this as a full-time business. So if you're a brand new seller, maybe be a little bit wary of FBM. There are certain scenarios when you can use it, such as if you've got lower volume moving stock, if you're looking to specialise in books, stuff like that, it would be potentially the better method for you. But in general, for most people, if you're looking to start this off as a side income, FBM is something that you should only look towards as you're starting to get more serious as you're doing it. If you're an existing online seller, or if you've already got an existing brick and mortar retailer, this is perfect for you because it has a zero risk involved, because obviously you're not paying anything up front for it, and you get to keep the stock within your own warehouse, which is obviously massively beneficial because you are either selling other places online or selling in your store that you've already got. SFP is the one that I recommend the least amount for most people, and that's because it's not really suited for anyone who's new to selling. If you're a brand new seller and you haven't sold online or you don't have a store or anything, firstly, you won't be allowed to do it, but even if you meet the criteria and you can push towards doing it, only do it if you are looking to have this as your full-time job and you're fully committed to the fact that I will be available every single day to ship out same day to meet the criteria. That's quite a high standard to hold yourself to before you can work on this full-time. If you're an existing online seller, you can maybe use your experience and use your protocols that you've got in place, your warehouse structure, stuff like that to your advantage, and start to sell like this on Amazon. So it's probably more beneficial to you because you can move over to Amazon, meet the SFP criteria, and then just use your existing warehouse and stuff to your benefit. If you're a brick and mortar retailer who are looking to expand to online, I would advise against SFP immediately, purely because although you get to keep the stock within your own warehouse, the amount of capital, the amount of time and money that you're going to have to put into this to make sure that you meet the criteria may not be worth it if you're just trying to dip your toes in the water. So the best advice for you is go to FBM, go to FBA, get used to those two systems, and then move to SFP as your long-term goal as you start to maybe get a warehouse staffing specifically for online orders, stuff like that. Now, one thing to note, despite the fact that I've introduced these as 3 separate ways to fulfill, there is no limit on Amazon as to how many you can do. So you can be an FBA seller who also does FBM, or you could be a SFP seller who also does FBM, stuff like that. So you can pick, you don't have to commit to one, it's just I would advise committing to one when you're first starting, and then look to branch out to the other 2 as you get more developed and you find which products suit. I hope you found this video helpful. If you've got any questions, leave them below and I'll be more than happy to help. If you're looking to either build your own e-commerce business, or if you're looking to expand into e-commerce because you've already got an existing business, please subscribe. I do videos like this at least once a week. I've been a professional seller for over 2 years now, and all I do is I just share my experience with you and give any advice that I can. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.